Hello soulmates, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you are new to this channel, you're welcome. In today's tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to draft the pattern of this beautiful blouse. This blouse was made by Bonnie Couture on Instagram. So guys, if this is a tutorial you're interested in, please like this video, drop a lovely comment in the comment section, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you. Welcome guys, so this is the pattern I'll be using and I'll be starting with the front body. So let me label the line for you to see. So that's my shoulder there, that's my upper bust. So the line after it is my armhole line, the one after is my bust line, that's my under bust line, that's my waist line, and at the edge here I have my blouse length. So now let me place my tape on it for you to see the measurement I used. Though my measurements may not be the same as yours, but I'll place my tape on it for you to see. So now from here to my upper bust is 6.5, my armhole is 7.25, my bust length is 9 inches, my under bust is 12.5, my waist is 15.5, then the blouse length I'm using is 24.5 inches. So now the first thing I did was to go down by 3/4 inches at the bust line. So I'll just be ruling a short line at this point. Yeah. Then after that, what I will do is to measure my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2. My nipple to nipple measurement is 7. So 7 divided by 2, that's 3.5. So I'll go ahead and measure this up to the blouse length over there. So I'll connect the line from the bust line down to the blouse length. So after that, at my under bust area, I will do the under bust tightening. So at this side here, I'm using 1.25 inch, and at this side here, I'm using half. So at the waist area also, I'm using 1.25 inch, then I'm using half. But at this blouse length, I took out 1 inch from this side, then I took out half from the other side. So I just reduced this other side by 1/4 inch. So now you connect all the points together with your straight ruler. So connect all these points together like this. Then for this other side, connect your under bust to your waist first, then from your waist to the blouse length. So after you are done, the next thing to do is to connect this point here, that is the under bust, to the bust area, that is the line below the bust. So I'll use this curvy part of my French cuff to just connect this point. So just connect it like that. I will still use a marker to rule this out so that you can see clearly, but let me use my pencil first. Then for this part here, just use the straight part, connect it to the bust, then you can also connect it to the upper bust. So that line like that, just follow it to the upper bust. So at the upper bust area, I'll be doing an upper bust tightening by just 1 inch. Then after that, I'll be connecting the point to the bust area. So from that 1 inch I took out, I'll connect it back to this bust area. So if that point is not blending properly, what you can do is just to blend it with your pencil. Let me use a marker to rule this out so that it can be very visible. So after that, I went ahead to measure my bust divided by 4. That is the measurement across. So divided by 4. At the waist area also, my waist divided by 4. And what I took out here, so it was not up to 2 inch, then I added it back. So whatever you took out there, you add it back. So at my blouse length, I'll measure my hip divided by 4. I'm adding 1 inch, just 1 inch extra. Then what I took out there, I will add it. So that 1 inch extra is just for the side. It's just for the side, and you will understand very soon. So just connect this together. Then for this waist to the blouse length, use the curvy side of this pattern master to just draw it out. So don't use the straight part, use this curvy part to connect it like that. So let me connect this to my armhole. I forgot to do that. So because I took out 1 inch here, I'll be adding it back at this armhole side. Then after that, I'll just go ahead and connect it. So the new armhole, I'll go ahead and just connect it like that. So that's what my new armhole looks like. So now let's move to the sweetheart neckline at the center front. So for the sweetheart neckline, depending on how deep you want it to be, so you go ahead and measure. So you can measure 1.5 inch from your upper bust, from that upper bust downward. As you can see that 1.5 inches is below the armhole line. It's like in between the armhole and the bust line. So you can just do 1.5 below, and if that will be too much, you can just use 1 inch. So when I was drawing this pattern, I noticed it will be too deep. So I went up by quarter inch, just quarter inch. That's what I did. So now you go ahead and connect from this center front, from that edge over there, just connect it to that side. Let me use a marker so that it can be visible. So this is what we have, and this other part here, so this is what it will look like. So the next thing now is to do this side dart. So I just went down by 1 inch at the bust area, then I'm connecting it up to this edge here. So let me go ahead and just cut this out. So for this side here, I'm opening it up. I'm just cutting it open. Then I'll use a paper tape to just hold it down. So that's what I'm doing right now. Just use a paper tape to hold it down and you're fine. So after that, what I will do next is to hold this pattern together at this side here. This is because we want to draw the curve we have at the blouse length, at the blouse edge there. So just use your paper tape to hold it down a little like this. So normally I should go up by 1 inch at this blouse length here, just to make the blouse length curved. But since I'm not doing that, I just want to do everything together. So I'll go up by 2.5 inches. So I went up by 2.5 inches. That is with the 1 inch, everything all together, that's 2.5 inches. Then I'll be connecting it to this edge here. As you can see how I place my French curve, how I place the pattern master on it. So just place it in this manner, then you connect it like this to get that curve at the waist area. If you notice this is too low, you can just go up a little bit, but I used 2.5 inches. So now go ahead and just cut that part out. Then let me remove this masking tape. So for the side here, I noticed it was not that wide, so I'll be correcting it. That is the hip area of this blouse, so I'll be correcting it. And for this upper part here, I usually notice that whenever I join my pattern together, it's always longer. This side is always longer. So what I usually do is to take out ½ inch at this part, then I'm good to go. So for the armhole there, I will reshape the armhole when I'm done joining. So if I need to correct the armhole there, I'll just go ahead and like reshape it when I'm joining the fabric together. I hope you understand. For the yoke part, I'll go ahead and work on it later, but let's work on the back bodice. So for this back bodice, I'll be drafting 2 ways for you. I'll be drafting for a zipper and also for a corset loop. So now let me label my pattern. So that's my shoulder there, that's my armhole, that's my bust line, that's my waist. So the difference between the front waist and the back waist is just 1 inch, and that is why this pattern is 1 inch shorter. So that was why I was able to take the side dart at the front. So this is 1 inch shorter. So from the waist downward, it is 1 inch shorter. So this is what I have. So at the bust area, I'll measure my bust divided by 4. Then at the waist area, my waist divided by 4. Then I will add my dart allowance of 1 inch. So at the hip area too, my hip divided by 4, the 1 inch we added at the front, just add it at the back also. So let's connect all these points together. So in case you are using a zipper allowance, you can also take the zip bulging, just take ½ inch at the zipper allowance over there, then you add it back at the waist. So if you follow my tutorial, you will know how I do this. For the dart, you measure your nipple measurement divided by 2 plus ½ inch, then you locate the point. Then I'm just really a line across this, just a straight line, as you can see, from the armhole down to the blouse length. Then I will take ½ inch to the right, ½ inch to the left, but the dart is not getting to the top, as you can see where it is getting to. So it's getting to the bust area, and for this lower part it's not getting to the blouse length. I hope you understand. So let me use a marker to roll this out so that it can be very visible. If you haven't liked this video at this point, please, I beg you, please just like this video. Just like, click on that like button. Thank you. So like I said, if you are using a zipper allowance, so you make use of this zipper allowance over there. So for this side here, I'll go up by 2½ inches, just like I did for the front. Then I'll just use this curvy part to also connect it like this. As you can see that the slanting is stopping at the line before the zipper allowance, so don't slant it up to the zipper allowance, please. Just note that. So for the neckline here, I'll be using 3 3/4 inch. I'll be using 3 3/4 inch for the wideness. And for the depth of this back neckline, the back neckline should be low because of the style at the front. So I'm using 1.5 inches deep for the back. That's 3 3/4 by 1.5 inches deep. So I'll connect this neckline like this. After that, I'll go ahead and do my shoulder slope. So for my shoulder slope, I'm using 1 inch as usual. So just 1 inch, then you connect it like this. Yes, so this is what we have. So we have to locate the yoke. We have to make a yoke for this back. So for this yoke, I'll be using my armhole line for the yoke depth. So I'll just be using my armhole line. So before we do the yoke, let me take out 2 inches or 1.5 inches. This is for the corset loop. I'm taking out 1.5 inches. You can do more than this, but I'm just taking out 1.5 inches. This is just to illustrate the pattern. You can do 2 or 2.5. So this is what it will look like. So let me use a marker to just roll a line across so that everything can be very visible. So this is where the corset loop will be. So if you want to make this blouse with a corset loop at the back, so this is what your pattern will be looking like. So the rest from this line to the zipper allowance, you will cut it out. So for the yoke at the back, the design for the yoke at the back, you can do any design, but for this tutorial I'll just be using a U kind of design. You will see what I'm talking about. So I'm just using this design. So this is what I did. So I placed the French curve on it. As you can see where it is starting from and where it is ending. So this is just 1 inch below this line, just 1 inch below. Then you see the way I curved it up to that point over there. So let me use a marker to draw this out so that it can be visible. So this is what the yoke is looking like. Like I said, you can do any design of your choice. You can decide to add a yoke to it, or you can just make it. If you're using a zipper allowance, you can decide to put a yoke, or you can just make it like that. Any method you want to use. So this is what the pattern is looking like. And for the side, for the lower part of this blouse here, so I noticed it is not the curvy, the conical shape is not coming out well. So I'll be adding more to this. So if you watch this video to the end, I will show you how to add more to this side so that you can have that perfect conical shape. So this is what the pattern is looking like. Then I'll go ahead and just cut this out. So I'll be cutting out the corset loop. So if you want to use the zipper allowance, I hope you understand how you can go about it. So this is what the yoke is looking like. Then you cut all this out. Like I said, I'm cutting out for the corset loop. So after you are done cutting, you can also label so that you don't get confused. So this is my yoke. So this is one, and this arrow is pointing towards that side so that you don't mistake this for each other. So let's start with the yoke of the front. So I cut out two of this yoke. As you can see that this pattern is on fold. So I cut out two. So I'll be placing the first yoke aside. So for this yoke, the two that I just cut out, I'll place it on each other, then I'll draw my neckline first. So for my neckline wideness, for the back we use 3 3/4, so we will also be using that for the front. Then for the shoulder slope of 1 inch, so I'm also taking that out. So for this, I'll just be drawing the neckline on one pattern. And for the other pattern, you don't need to draw the neckline on it. So for the neckline depth of this front, I'll be using just 2 inches. I'll be using 3 inches rather. This is because the neckline, this particular neckline that I'm drawing is for the nude net that will be at the background of that design at the front. So it does not have to be too low. So because it will appear invisible. So just make it 3 inches, not too deep. So then you connect the neckline like this. So you cut this out. So this is what this looks like. So this will be for the nude net, that is the background net. So for this one, the chantilly, so this is how to get that design at the front. So what I did was to measure 1 inch at this side like this. Just measured 1 inch here. Just note that 1 inch point, just note it. So for the neckline wideness, so this is where the neckline is starting. This is the end point of the neckline. So what I will do now is to connect this point to this other point here, that 1 inch point that we located, and for this other one too, you connect it like this. So this is how you get that design. So the next thing to do is to cut out this neckline. So after cutting it out, I will color the edge with this red marker. This is because I want to differentiate it from the background so that you can see the difference, because if I place this on it, it may look the same. So this is what it's looking like. So this is what the chantilly lace yoke will be looking like. So now this will be where the silvage, that is the edge of that chantilly, will be. So I'm just using this scallop to indicate that. So this is what it will be looking like. So the one under, like I said, is the background net, which is the nude. So for the sleeve, this is what my sleeve looks like. This is just a regular sleeve, but the only difference is that I made an extension to this. So for the extension, you measure what you have at the wrist. It's 2 inches long. It's 2 inches longer than the wrist. Then what you have at the wrist, you measure it, then you add just 1 inch to it. Then you just connect like this. As you can see, it is wider than the wrist side. So just connect like this, and this is what the sleeve will be looking like, because the sleeve is longer, so it has to be free at that side. So that's the essence of that sharpness that we have at the edge over there. So like I said, this side here is not giving what it's supposed to give, so I decided to add a paper to the side just to adjust this part here. So this will be quite fast, so I just added 1 inch. So what I did was to increase this side by just 1 inch. So I increased this with just 1 inch, like 1 inch inward like that. Then I'll be using my French curve to reconnect this point. But before that, I still need to place a paper in between that side, so it is not filled up yet. So I noticed that my French curve cannot do the job, so I took out my old French curve to get the job done. So now I still need to fill that side, so let me just put a small paper there. Then I'll place my French curve like this. As you can see what it is looking like. So in case you still want it to be wider than this, you can still increase this to as much as you want, but don't make it too wide. So I just increased this with 1 inch, and it is giving what it was supposed to give. You can also testify. So this is better. It's better than the previous one. So I'll also do the same for the back bodies too. So this is the back side. So this is what it is looking like. Then I'll also place a paper there like I did for the front. Then I'll also increase it. If you like this tutorial, let me know in the comment section, or if you enjoyed it, let me know in the comment section. And if you have any question for me also, let me know in the comment section and I'll be glad to read your comment. If you haven't liked this video, please just click on that like button. Click on it, please. Thank you. So I'll also connect this one, and this is what it is looking like. So now I can say that this is giving what it was supposed to give. So this is what the front looks like without the yoke. So this is the lower side of the front. So this is what it looks like, and this is what the back looks like. This is what the back looks like. So that's the yoke over there. Like I said, you can do any design of your choice for the yoke, and this is what the yoke looks like for the front. So that's the background on it, and this is the one that will be cut with the chantilly. So this is what it will look like. This is the sleeve. This is what the sleeve looks like. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't liked this video, please like this video, drop a lovely comment for me, share this video with your friends, and please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you, and I will see you in my next tutorial. Bye.